Hello Daily Drafters and welcome back to the channel for today's daily draft. We are entering the second to last week, the last full week of Brothers War drafts here on the channel before we switch over to set review content for Phyrexia All Will Be One. And I'm kind of gonna miss the format. I've been enjoying it here a little bit. But we're also in the midst of the Arena Decathlon. I'm pre-recording this video, so I don't know exactly how many tokens I will have of that at that point, but it's a lot of content I'm getting out to you all right now, and I really hope you're enjoying all of it. If you are, a subscription would be more than enough to repay me for all the time I'm putting in to try to get as much as we possibly can going for you here in the format. But let's quickly dive into Pack 1 Pick 1 here with Hero of the Dunes or Sarenth Steel Seeker or Cradle Clear Cutter. I don't know. I think Hero of the Dunes has the highest upside. I know it's a gold card. It's eminently splashable in this format. The other cards are pretty good in their respective archetypes, but I think Hero of the Dunes has a pretty high upside, and I haven't played a lot of black-white yet, so I think it's probably okay to try there. Now, as a follow-up to Hero of the Dunes, we don't have great options. There's a Reconstructed Thopter, which could be good with that, but unfortunately, I think the best card in this pack is Pendragon Strongbow by a decent bit. I really do like a Mightstone's animation, don't get me wrong. But I think in a vacuum, the best card here is Pendragon Strongbow, so I'm just going to take that. I mean, Pack 1 Pick 1 didn't really give us much of a direction, even if we had taken Clear Cutter or the other card, Sarenth Steelseeker. That gives you a little bit of a direction, but I don't think it's one of the best reasons to be in green-white necessarily. Alright, well I think we'll take Combat Thresher here to go with Hero of the Dunes. A 3-mana, 2/1 double strike, if Hero is out, is quite good. So we can go ahead and take that. I think it's the best card here behind Soul Guide Lantern. These are pretty close to me, but everything else is not great. I mean, Confrontation is fine. Infantry's fine. Trenchstalker's good in some decks. Gigamol's good in some decks. Everything else is pretty bad. So we'll go ahead and take the Combat Thresher. Pair that with the Hero here. And we will see what comes our way. Alright, now there is a Chromatic Star. A Warlord's Elite. Which, I just do not like this card. I wish this said only tap one other thing instead of two. I think Chromatic Star is just the most open thing here, considering everything else in this pack is not great. I came in high on this card at the beginning of the format, but Hand Disruption is really never that good. So I'll just take the Chromatic Star here. And now we see an Evolving Wilds, which could be pretty good if we end up going something like Black-Red or Red-White. We could splash Hero. There's a Bitter Reunion. There's a Lauren. There's a Cavalry. I think Evolving Wilds, again, is the most open pick here. Bitter Reunion is good with Strongbow, but we don't really know what colors we are yet. And now here are some signals. There's a Disfigure. There's a Blast Runner. Both of which are great. And I think I'm going to land on the Disfigure here, although Paratrooper is also very good with Hero. Yeah, I think I'm going to take the Disfigure here. And probably thinking I'm closer to red-white right now. I mean, sorry, black-white. Survivor is good with Hero, but not very good without it. I guess Warlord's Elite is good with Chromatic Star. Thraxidemon is like whatever. Maybe I'll try out Warlord's Elite here. It is a 3-drop, so it works with Hero. It's a good thing to reanimate with the Hero as well, if it dies. But in order to make this good, we have to have 1-drops and cheap, like, cantripping artifacts. like energy refractors, elsewhere flasks, and things like that. Well, now there's no black or white cards in here except this, which is unplayable, so I guess I'm taking the Bitter Reunion as just the best card in the pack for what we probably could end up doing here. Here's a pretty late refractor. In fact, it wheeled. In addition to a Power Stone Engineer. The refractor also enables a splash of hero if we go if we go red-white, but then there's Power Stone Engineer as well to go black-white power 3 or mana value 3 or less. I'm going to land on the refractor here because we have one Warlord's Elite. I'd mentioned this is what makes that good. So Star on 1, Refractor on 2, Elite on 3. It's already a decent little curve. We might be in the market for combat tricks in this style of deck here. So I put Mightstone's Animation Wield. Oh well. I think we're too far away from blue in this draft here. Wouldn't mind opening a Worm Coil next pack. That is a card I have yet to open or ever see in a draft pack in 26 drafts on the channel here. There's a Medic, but this was the bad pack that didn't really have anything. Maybe Gigamole ends up being good enough. There's another one. None of those matter. So what are we right now? I don't know. Black-white creatures? We'll see. Pack 2 will give us a direction. So choose a creature type. I think this is good in soldiers. In fact, it's just another Yoshin Tactician in soldiers. But I'm not sure we are soldiers. Or have the chance to be. I don't think we are. There's a cohort here, which I think is my pick. It's the best common in the set, and I think I'm going to take it over Automaton and Prison Sentence and Evolving Wilds here. So let's take the Scrapwork cohort. Now there's a Gnawing Vermin, which is very good with Warlord's Elite again. A Combat Courier, same thing, pretty good. Everything else is kind of underwhelming. I guess I'll take the Gnawing Vermin here. Ichor Wellspring and another Warlord's Elite. So this is the tough pick here. The Ichor Wellspring, we're not going to really have ways to sacrifice this, which is what you want, especially if we're thinking black-white here. So I guess we can take the Warlord's Elite and then there's a lay down arms. But I'm going to take this Warlord. Let's see if Warlord's Elite ends up being pretty good here. Oh, Mishra's Bauble is also very good. But the Paratrooper's just too good for this deck, right? Yeah. Now there's a Butcher, an Engineer, and an Onulet. We're not like 100% in on mana value 3 or less, because this is the only card we have that cares about it. So something like just a random 2-drop that goes good with our 2 Warlords Elites is going to be good. We want to make sure that this part of the curve is very, very full. So let's just take the 2-drop. It's an underwhelming one, but it is what it is. And then there's another one. If we can get a Survivor to wheel, which the last one didn't, so I guess this one won't either. But if we can get a Survivor at some point too, I mean, we're kind of like Warlord's Elite deck. Looks like that's what we're doing here today. Probably thinking of this over here. Probably not really playing this right now, but we'll see. Cavalry with 6 soldiers already. That's not bad. Okay. I think we could take a cavalry at the top of the curve. So what are we looking for here? We're looking for some more 2-drops. Ambush paratroopers. I'm trying to think of some black 2-drops that would be good. Thraxidemon is not great, but it is one. Phalanx Vanguard. It's good with Scrapwork Cohort, Energy Refractor, Chromatic Star, Combat Thresher. I mean, it has some good. It's also just a 2-mana 2/2 Vigilance. I think that's better than a random Carrion Locust, although Carrion Locust is pretty good in this deck as far as just being an evasive threat and a flyer and a 3-drop and stuff. But I think 2s are more important than 3s, so I'm going to take the Vanguard here. And we need a bunch of 1s and 2s. I just don't think we're going to have room for this. I don't think these Gigamoles are really going to be what this deck is about. The Star is going to be very good with these 3. The Refractor is going to be good with these 3. I mean, in order to play Energy Refractor, you have to have secondary uses for the card once it hits the battlefield. And we do with 3 of these. So there's either a Wilds or a random Juggernaut that we could splash the Unearth off of Refractor and Wilds here. Let's take a second Wilds and we can open up some splashes with that too. I don't really like any of these cards for this deck. I mean, there's a Killzone Acrobat that's good with Chromatic Star, Gnawing Vermin. But I don't really like that card very much. It's another Gigamole, but I just don't know. I mean, it's probably a better chance we play that than Dreams of Steel and Oil. I would love another Cohort. I would love another Hero. And I would love another Paratrooper. I wouldn't mind a Survivor of Corliss. Onulet or Butcher? I guess Butcher might not be horrible. It is a soldier. Somehow. Currently at 12 creatures and 16 cards in the deck, so we're still looking for another 7 cards, and we already have 12 creatures? Alright, what do we find? Kayla's Command. Yeah, I mean, it's good. Make a 2/2, put a counter, or gain 2 life, scry 2. Maybe wheel the Engineer or the Thraxidemon here. Doubt we'll wheel Foundry Inspector. Maybe even the Mutt. Nah, we're not wheeling the Mutt. So, guess we'll take Kayla's Command. Just a decent card. I don't need another Wilds. There is a Rager, there's a Butcher, there's an Engineer. Talked about needing 2-drops, and I think we have to take this 2-drop here. We're a little low on 2-drops, so let's take Power Stone Engineer. And the last Butcher wheeled, maybe this one does too. There are not a ton of great 2-drops in this set. I mean, I'm trying to think of Black's best 2-drop, and Thraxid even? Maybe I'm missing one. I'm probably missing one. But, okay, interesting pick here between Gnawing Vermin, Power Stone Engineer, and Prison Sentence. I think we need some removal. We just don't have really any. We have Disfigure, and that's it. So I think we have to take this Prison Sentence here, and maybe the Gnawing Vermin or the Engineer wheels, but I doubt the Vermin does. The Engineer might. We will see here. I think the deck is pretty good so far. It's not a deck I've drafted a ton, but I think this could end up being pretty alright. Alright, Gurgling Anointer. How much are we drawing 2 cards? 1, 2. That's it. So not really 3. Aeronaut Cavalry, Combat Courier, Elsewhere Flask. I guess one more thing at the top of the curve is not too bad here. I'll take another Aeronaut Cavalry. Another Prison Sentence is nice. I think we can use another removal spell. Maybe this Wheels. We could probably play that in our deck. Airlift Chaplain, Yoshin Frontliner. Well, because of 3 Warlords Elite, we do need more 1s and 2-drops. I think Yoshin Frontliner probably makes the deck. We don't care too much about the mill. I mean, we do have a Battlefield Butcher, but I'm going to take the Yoshin Frontliner as a 1-drop here. And then there's Recommission versus Infiltrator or Combat Courier. I think Recommission's quite good in this deck as well. Probably not playing any of these cards. I just haven't felt the need to main deck a Disenchant. I think I started not doing it, then I added it in mid-format, and at this point I'm kind of... I think it's still more of a sideboard card. Engineer did wheel, which is great. Butcher wheeled, which is great. And we are currently at 17 creatures and 24 cards. So this is basically the deck here. Running 16 lands. Our mana sinks are a double Butcher here, and that's it. And a Paratrooper. Seems pretty good. I don't know if we need the Evolving Wilds. What could we splash? I don't think I'm going to play a Combat Courier, even as good as it is with 3 Warlords Elites. So many Ravenous Gigamoles. So this would basically be the deck right here, right? Is 2 Battlefield Butchers good? We have 17 creatures. Would it be better to replace them with something like Gigamoles? Or... I think 2 is probably okay. They are win cons. We have 2 Prison Sentences, a Disfigure as removal. A couple of win cons here and the hero to help out with all this stuff. 3 Warlords Elites with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 1 and 2 drops to help play them on 3. And 16 lands. I'm actually going to play... think I'm only going to play one Evolving Wilds, and the reason is because we don't need the second one, and if we thin our deck out too much, well, no, 2 is fine. 2 is fine. We'll be okay. Well, we also want to play on curve, and the wilds are tap lands. I'll split the difference. I'll play 1, and the decision is either a 9th plains or a 7th swamp. I think I'm going to go 9 plains, because that's 10 and 7 sources of black for a hero, 2 butchers, disfigure, and a vermin, and that's it. And we do still have refractor as well, so awesome. Deck looks pretty good. Don't usually draft black-white, but let's see how it does in the QSU in game number 1. Alright, opponent goes first, and we have a nice curve here. If we draw any of our Warlords Elite, we can play it on 3. And even if we don't, we now have a Butcher play on 3. I think I'll play Paratrooper here. That Bulwark is annoying. Mono blue, potentially? Okay. Uh-oh. Do we have to prison sentence this thing? I don't want to, but we have to get through somehow. I'll keep them both. Ether Flux Reservoir, you say? Alright. Have you built around it effectively, or not? We'll see how... Okay, there are 2 colors, so now they got their extra color here. And another card, too? Single island. Are they gonna subjugation something? That would gain them 6 life this turn. That's not nothing. I mean... I'm not sure what they're getting priority for. Oh, yeah. Machine over matter. That's what it is. Okay. Well, we can kill Drafna with Disfigure. I'm going to keep track of how much life they've gained. I'm very curious to see if Aetherflux Reservoir is worth it. Oh, and they copy it as well. Nice. They don't get life for the copy, do they? No. They are going through their deck, though, that is for sure. Alright, well, you need to die. They have so far gained 5 life. That's going to be tough. especially if they have the cards to back it up here. You have to imagine they have some Mightstone's animations. Okay. That block makes sense. So they're taking 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 if we go with everything. I mean, we have some 1-drops in the deck too, right? Yeah, we have a Gnawing Vermin in here, so we could do this. Draw a card as well. Okay. Do we have it? You have answer to our flyers or can gain enough life? It's kind of a flyer. It does protect them. Almost. Well, it depends. It depends. I don't think they're dead. Gonna trade the Power Stone Engineer for a 1/1. Doesn't feel great. Oh, duh. It gets the pump, so no, it won't. Alright, trade for the Bulwark, and then chump and take 1. Alright, that's fine. Then we get to play Engineer. Next turn we could play Hero, and then these 3 creatures are all pumped. We can also reanimate. Nothing. So they gained 9 life from Reservoir so far, so they would be far and away dead if they didn't have that. But let's try this. I think the Paratrooper is our most important creature, so I'm not going to put the counter on it. Well, they don't have a chance to respond to us putting a counter. Never mind. So we have block. They go to 1. They have to block the Engineer now. Okay, that's fine. Getting close. That's fine. Sweet. They gained a total of 11 life from Reservoir. So 4 mana gain 11 life. Probably not worth it. First time I've seen it on the battlefield. This is also, I believe, at least the 8th straight draft we've won our first match. Could be longer, but at minimum of 8. That's kind of crazy. Or 8 straight draft we won our first game. Is that what I said? Either way, whatever. Next one. Alright, opponent goes first, and we'll keep this hand. We don't have any 2-drops yet, but now we do. Also not a particularly outstanding card. Maybe they built around it very well, though. I don't know. Pendragon Strongbow. Just gonna go ahead. Play the Butcher, get that down. We could Prison Sentence next turn if we need to. Well, both of those are big chonkers, that's for sure. Alright, I'll pass, and now... Yeah, gosh, they've got all the good cards for, well, not all, but these two are definitely the great cards for black-red. They can attack with Chain Dancer here, yeah. I mean, they have attacks. I don't know which I need to Prison Sentence is the problem. Okay. I'll play Warlord's Elite, tapping these two here. See, that ended up being a 4 mana 4/4 that also had to tap my Chromatic Star, which, like, is that really worth it? There's, like, last set there was a 4 mana 4/4 with reach and green, just straight up. Like, that's what the card was. It's just better than this, right? Oh my gosh. What a deck. Alright, well I guess I'm doing this. And then putting it on... this? Just take it. Okay, are they going to try to kill us with Genius at some point here? They can activate this twice. Yeah, they're just gonna kind of smack us here. Alright, well, I think these blocks are pretty easy. Well, this one for sure. And then that can trade. This can chump. The menace is so annoying. Then I guess we do this. Then we killed both geniuses, but we have to take 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We have to take potentially 13 this way. Oh. So then do we just die? No, but very close. Alright, unfortunately we kind of just... Four, 5, plus 8 is 13 is what we have right now. If we play this, we have 2. Oh man, if we play this, we have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We have 1 away. Are you serious? So we just have to hope they don't have removal for cavalry. That's all we can hope for here. Because I have to prison sentence the Strongbow. Because if they draw... if they draw an artifact, we die. So we have to do this. Gnawing Vermin doesn't really seem that great. Go. Sorry. Guess I can do this. And now we just have to hope they don't have removal for cavalry. That's about it. We were 1 away from lethal last turn. See? That's why we had to do what we did there. Otherwise we would have lost. So, and they chose not to get rid of this card. Alright, well this is extra protection here, so we kind of have to do this. Is it worth attacking? What if they have Overwhelming Remorse? Attack the Overwhelming Remorse of that, and then they still have to draw a blocker, or draw removal for this? Okay. Cross your fingers. Oh. Well, they had it anyway. They drew a Strongbow, so it didn't really matter. But the stupid Onslaught. Oh well, that was a close game. We got him down to 1. But oh well. Alright, we go first with one of the worst hands we could possibly have with this deck. These are so far away. We can only cast this right now. It's very slow. I don't think we can keep it. Keep this, and I think I'll put back this, because I don't know how long it's going to be till we cast that. Mm-hmm. Once again, Warlord's Elite can't do anything here. That's just a 4-mana 4/4. This game, basically. Yeah, let's do this. This makes the Elite cheaper next turn. And if we draw a 2-drop, we could potentially double spell. Well, I guess we're just going to play a 5-mana 4/4. And they did nothing. Okay. Okay. I could do this and bring this back. I could just prison sentence this Rust Goliath here. Fine trading off the Elite for both of those because the hero can get it back. And if they trade here, that's also fine. Alright, hopefully no Titania's Command or something. Gaia's Courser, yep. Okay, go to 8. And the land lets us play this and unearth that. Mm-hmm. Please don't have another one. That sucks. Because now the elite is just going to trade for that. Let's just do this for now. Go to combat, get in here. Play this. Now they're at 4. That was brutal. That was just brutal. So bad. So bad. So this could get back Power Stone Engineer, which isn't great right now, so I'm just gonna... I'd rather get back an Elite at some point. I could, like, trade this for that, and then get it back. But then this can attack through it. Well, no, it'll trade with that still. Stupid Goring Warplow. We need to draw Disfigure. I'm just gonna play this. Gosh, gruesome realization. Getting rid of 3 of our creatures. And that'll kill us. Great. Oh well. Alright, we go first with the perfect hand here. 1, 2, 3. That's exactly why I built the deck the way I did for Warlords Elite. I went ahead and actually removed one of the butchers and put in a random Killzone Acrobat. We're just not getting to the point where this is really going to be activated all that much. So having 1 seems fine. Alright, next turn I'll have to remember to not attack with this so that I can actually cast this. Alright, moment of truth. Do they have the combat trick, or do they have Scatter Ray? Good for you. Oh, okay, okay. It wasn't Scatter Ray. I was about to be so frustrated. Okay. They did nothing. That's good. Subjugation? Yep. Darn. That's bad. Yeah, we don't have much left. Alright. Definitely want this one, and probably just the 2/2. Put it here. And then we can attack. Double strike until end of turn. Alright, Yoshin Tactician. That kind of puts a stone wall on our board here. Butcher to the rescue! Butcher to the rescue! We're never attacking again! Holy cow. Alright, 4-turn clock, but we're also on a clock here. Oh my god. This is ridiculous. No, stop. Double Tactician. Man, when the soldiers' decks go off, they go off. I don't even know what to do. Take 6? I mean, I guess we have to chump because this thing can give flying to these the next turn and then we would just basically lose. So we just have to survive here? While also holding up 3 mana. So 1, 2, 3. So we have 5 more mana here. So we have to survive 2 turns? I don't know how we do that. 1, 2, 3. So we have 5 mana. So we play this and we tap a Power Stone and an Energy Refractor. And then we can't play this. What if we played this and tapped this to the Warlord's Elite? So play this, play a Warlord's Elite, have 3 mana left over. Play, tap this and this, but then we still need 1 more mana for the Butcher, so we can't do all of it. Just don't know there's a way we survive. In fact, I am pretty sure there's just no way we survive. Every time I've lost to soldiers, it's been like this, where they have like 30 power and toughness on the board, and I have like 7. Yeah, that'll probably just kill us too. Block, 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 take 16. So if they attack with everything, we lose. Alright, well, a sad 1 and 3 with this deck. I thought this deck was better than 1 and 3, but apparently not. I mean, I guess if you just play a bunch of cheap creatures, sometimes you get overwhelmed. I mean, we're missing a little bit of removal, but like, we have Double Prison Sentence, Disfigure. Warlord's Elite, I'm just not sold on this card. I don't think it's good. I mean, it's a build around, but it's just not very good in my opinion. Double Cavalry, I mean, I feel like the deck it's definitely better than a 1-3, but you know, sometimes you lose games and you can't really do much about it. They play Double Yoshin Tactician and the 6-drop that makes 6 4/4s. Or the 6-drop makes 4 4/4s or whatever it ended up being there, so is what it is. Thanks so much for staying around to the end of this video, and I will see you next time for your daily draft.